child. Truro 0872 223 5689. You won't have to worm your way in. There's a gate. Get a life. Hobbies.
This week's hobbyist is Clive Tubman of Hales Owen.
My hobby is that hobby of collecting different sounds of different types upon my audio cassettes that I buy at the shops. A day in my hobby can start as soon as I wake up. The alarm clock. I better tape its sound that it is making. Alarm clock, Friday the 12th of July 1991. Around midday, I usually go down to the shopping centre, where all my fellow sound collectors gather to collect sounds of things. Shopping centre, 1300 hours, 12th of July.
Good morning, Clive.
Ian Dealey's voice.
I've typed some good sounds today, Clive. A prayer moving, a bird, and a stick in the gutter. I made a copy of the stick if you want to trade.
No, I've got lots of stick sounds.
Would it be possible to hear some of your favourite sounds?
Interviewer's voice speaking, 1507. Yes, thank you for asking. They can be heard. They are sounds, after all.
Yeah. No, I mean, can you play some of them to us now?
Oh, all right. Sounds being heard, 1508. This one is the sound of an old woman's face slapping against the windscreen of my speeding car. It was very hard to get. I had to do it 4 or 5 times, and on one of the times, I'd forgotten to switch on my recorder. Do you want to hear it?
No. I actually think we'd better be going. Bored? Want weekend fun? Strongly disapprove of traffic congestion? Like hats with yellow and black enamel badges on them?
Then the sealed clamp is for you.
Every weekend we meet up, don the uniforms of the great traffic wardens of London and reenact classic vehicular confrontations.
But I was only away for 2 minutes.
You could have blocked the passage of a fire engine and caused hundreds to die in an inferno, you thoughtless fascist.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
I didn't realise this was a no parking zone.
Oh, well, I didn't realise this Uzi was loaded.
Yes, it's a fun weekend of gridlock untangling mayhem. Clamp the Porsche. Put a ticket on that Lamborghini. For more information about the sealed clamp, ring 075 257525. That's the ticket.
And now the Get a Life guide to free events around the country.
September the 5th, Stylish Names Day, the Lake District. Head up with your unstylish name like Ian, Alec, Keith, Graham, or Sarah if you're a woman. Well, never mind. Come along to the Lake District, where in the beautiful surroundings you can pretend to have a different and stylish name for a day on your own. You could be Rock, Crispin, Trevor, Spanky McFarland, or Sarah if you're a woman. And it's free. Remember to organise your own food, accommodation and transport, and to be on your own.
September the 9th, Shape and Colour Free Home Think Tank Hour. Stay at home on your own for an hour and think about shapes and some colours. And it's free. Remember, black and white are not colours in the true sense.
September 12th, Farnham Malting's Texture Afternoon for kids and pensioners. Kids are still developing their sense of touch, and old people may have lost theirs, so how can either group be expected to choose the ideal lounge or bedroom furniture covering fabric? Texture volunteers at the Maltings Farnham will blindfold and gag all guests on the day and rub differently textured objects against the sensitive areas of the old people's and children's texturally underdeveloped bodies. Fancy a pumice stone on your eye, a hamster against the rough skin on the bottom of your feet, the mess from the inside of the nozzle of a modern garden hose against your thigh or genital? Then get along on the day, but only if you are a child or very old.
On the hour, the audio pullout is now complete.
Welcome back to On the Hour, Events Plus. Coming up over the next strand of programming, another disturbing report on childcare from our reporter Kevin Smear.
This is obviously painful for you to talk about, but please continue to talk about it.
What do you want me to say then?
Just say how unhappy you are with the present situation.
I'm very unhappy with the present situation.
Plus, we talk to the butcher from Islip for whom meat spells danger.
The next thing I knew, it went off in my hands.
But the main story today has, of course, been the continuous unravelling of events. Earlier today, I spoke to Foreign Secretary Douglas Hurd for his response.
The local farmer's Angus bull had found me and thought it was great fun to roll me down the riverbank and in toward the river and me still inside a damn bag. Needless to say, you've never seen anyone come out of a sleeping bag faster than I got out of that one.
Douglas heard. The rest of today's news is read by the continuity announcer.
Scientists today are claiming a major breakthrough in head transplant surgery. The operation involved replacing the head of a mouse with a human finger. Digit donor Slap Tantrum said, "At first I was disconcerted by the absence of my right index finger, but I felt much better when I saw it scampering around a cage on the end of a mouse." WAG technicians, who call the new animal sconce knuckle, declared the operation a complete success and insist the finger-face rodent is delighted with its new shape. But slaphead behaviour baron Des Morris is deeply concerned. These people should have learned their lesson when they tried to equip a dog with the neck of an earwig. Mammals are vain creatures, and with no face, the sconce knuckle will feel deeply humiliated and could start running into things in fits of self-loathing. The dog drowned itself after assuming it had turned into a fish. New education proposals announced this morning will require all primary school infants to play golf. The Education Secretary said, "It's a matter of irrefutable fact that no one has ever been educated under a Labour government."
This is Sports Desk. I'm Alan Partridge. Fishing news.
Shut up, Alan. I want you to stop. News has just come through, and I'm afraid it's war. This report from our reporter, Peter Porter.
It's the High Priest of Battles. It started when the minister cut the ribbon and declared the war open. My name's Peter Porter. This is my war. Blinking like a groggy giraffe with dust in its eye caught in the 7,000-watt beam of a low-flying aircraft on the darkest night of the year, I stumbled from my bunker this morning. The bunker I had dug with the men from the battalion. Good men, strong men, each one capable of pulling the trunk off a cock elephant at 30 yards. And now, my comrades and friends too, allowing me to wear combat clothes and run ahead of the tanks into battle. As I speak, swarms of missiles narrowly miss my head. There goes one. I'm running over to see now how many of my new friends are just so much charred flesh and bone. My right arm's just been blown off. There's a camera crew. Look at me. Look at me. My right arm's just been blown off. Thank you. And on into battle. Oh, there goes my other arm. The sound you can hear now is my lower torso being vaporized, but never mind, it's not my safety that counts. Information is paramount. Strap my head to the rocket and blast me into the center of battle. 13 megaton warheads exploding all around. Rivers of blood. I counted them out. Oh, sorry, the sound effects broken. Bugger. Sodding sound effects.
On the hour. In the thick of the action, with a microphone.
And I believe the press conference is about to start. We'll join them now.
Oh. You're looking good like I knew you would. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, can I have the first question, please?
How many baddies are dead?
Good question, Sonny. My favorite weapon is called Snark. It's an intelligent missile capable of blowing up people in 3 languages. You'll see on this piece of combat film how it steers itself through the air vent into the towelhead's mouth, through the lung, and into the heart, where it explodes with so little collateral damage he doesn't even realize he's dead. Price $3 billion. Sorry, no more questions. You've been a great audience. Back after this word.
On the hour tells you what happens when people start fighting.
And our strategy correspondent is on the line now, Michael Blatt. Michael, who are you standing next to?
I'm standing next to... What's your name?
Michael.
Michael, who's a situation expert. Michael, what's going on in this war as we look at it?
Well, what I can see is just people walking around and you have traffic going past.
Who do you think's got the upper hand in the war?
The traffic, to a certain degree.
Strategically, how are these people involved?
Oh, well, put it this way. One side of the street, they're okay. But on the other side, there's a bit congested there. And it's a bit awkward for some people with prams, just as that lady there, to go past other people.
How many people will be killed tomorrow in this senseless mess?
Well, it'd be hard to say. I mean, as I'm looking now, I can see a lot of people just walking past now and taking a risk.
Tomorrow they could be just another victim of the war.
Well, that's true, yeah.
What can be done to improve matters in general?
If there was more thought given to pedestrians...
Then there may be no more war.
Well, yeah, probably so, yeah.
Well, Michael, thanks very much for taking the time to stand in the middle of this war and talk to us.
Yeah, okay, no worries.
On the Hour. Front row seats in the Stadium of War.
Michael Blatt reporting from the war. And Radio 1 disc jockey Wayne Carr is visiting the men and relaying messages home. Hello, Wayne, there's a lot of noise. Can you hear me?
Well, I'm not sure about that, John, but I can tell you something. It's pretty noisy out here.
Well, I'll stop talking then and let you just get on with it.
Look, I think it's probably best if you stop talking and let me get on with it then.
Yeah, that's just what I...
And now, Radio 1 presents, live from the middle of a war, Wayne Carr!
And we're out here today in the middle of the war with the man of the 52nd Combat Corps. Gotta tell you, they're a great bunch of guys, and we're getting along great guns, aren't we, fellas?
Yes.
Counting every single one of them as a genuine friend.